Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin, and welcome to Cavalcade of Food. Today we're going to look at a vintage appliance, the Oster Kitchen Center. So here is our Oster Kitchen Center. So I believe, and I'm going to have my buddy Hans, who knows more about this kind of stuff than I do, verify. But I believe that Oster started or introduced the Kitchen Center in 1977. And I think they made them right through the 80s and into the early 90s before they were discontinued. So they made these for a number of years. And this is one that would have been more at the beginning of the production run. You can see here it has manual controls, and later it went to an electronic touch control. But early on we just really had these, you had buttons here, pulse, on and off. And then this served as a dial to increase or decrease the speed depending on the job at hand. So you can see this was, and I'm going to read off the Oster Kitchen Center cookbook and instructions that you would have gotten with the purchase of this. This is a blender, a mixer, a grinder, a dough maker, slicer, shredder, and salad maker. And actually it might even do a few other things. I don't have all the accessories that you could get for this Oster Kitchen Center. I have a few, as you can see here, but there's an order form on the inside for other accessories. So there was an ice crusher, a can opener, let's see, a power puree and ricer that you could get, an automatic juice extractor. So there were all kinds of things you could get with this kitchen center, this machine. So this is just a few. I will say that at least by the time that this one was made, that you could basically do most of the, kitchen tasks with it. So the whole idea was that it replaced a lot of different appliances, small kitchen appliances. It also meant you had a lot of little parts to keep track of. But some people really like these machines, and I have seen them many, many times over the years at garage sales and flea markets and other places, thrift stores. I have one, which is enough, and I really honestly don't use it that often because there are so many other appliances that I have that are mixers, blenders, whatever, that I like. So this one requires a lot of assembling and disassembling. But let's start. I'm going to put some of this stuff. I'll introduce the accessories here in a minute, but what I want to do here is sort of give a show of the mixer. And I would say that of all the tasks that this thing does, this is probably the one that most people used most frequently. I could be wrong about that, but I think a lot of them use the mixing function on this kitchen center. So here is the way that it works. You have the two beaters. One of them is sort of square shaped, and these are bent up a little bit. And the other one, let me see if I can take one of these out. The other one is sort of cone shaped, and that goes on against the side of the bowl. There is a nylon button on the bottom there, and that helps rotate the bowl as the mixers go on. So you've got the two beaters. I would say too that you also got two bowls with your Oster Kitchen Center. You got a large one and a small one. Some were glass and some were stainless steel. I only have this one glass bowl that fits. I'd love to get the stainless steel set, and I'm sure I'll run across them one of these days. The turntable came out, and perhaps you can see there's three holes here. One, this is for the large bowl, and this is for the small bowl. There are two options for the small bowl, depending on whether or not you're mixing or you're using the dough hooks, which I don't have either. Hans, I got to see if you have a spare set of dough hooks. But honestly, I don't know that I'd use them. But you did get a set of dough hooks with the machine when you bought it. So this is the power unit on the top. And so this is the bottom part is very important, obviously, because it drives all the different accessories that you'd put on it. So let me see. I'm going to turn this on. Oop. Well, that won't do any good because I have this up. I thought, there we go. Thought maybe you could see something. Of course you can't. It's a little noisy because I don't have anything in the bowl, but you can turn this dial and increase the speed of the mixer. Off. And that's the mixing. There's a little latch under here that you have to use. So that is the mixer function right there. Now I'm going to take these beaters out for a minute. The mixer also has this area here with an opening that is used as a drive gear for different accessories. In this case, the one accessory I have that would work with it is the meat and food grinder that you put on the back. So those of you who have a KitchenAid mixer might be familiar. In the front of the mixer there is an opening where you would put your attachments. Well, this one is in the back. I'm going to, let me get this. We're going to try the meat grinder here. There we go. So you put it in there, tightens down there, and then you can go ahead and turn it on. And let's see. Let me do this. I don't know if you can really see anything, but, well, you probably can't. But this, the inside, this is the part that's turning and grinding the meat, so as we go. And so that comes out. So that's how you use the meat grinder attachment and a few other attachments that go on the back. Now, I'm going to take the mixer off of here. See, just comes off like that. This will give you sort of an idea. It has separate openings for beaters depending on whether you're using the mixing beater or the dough hook beater. And you can see here's what drives this. One thing I don't really like about this is, man, this thing is a lot of plastic, and this was produced when they were really bringing a lot of, going from metal to plastic parts on a lot of things. And so the main drive gear here is plastic, and I always worried about it breaking or chipping or something like that. All right, I'll put that down there. Now, we can try some of the other accessories. Probably the next thing that you might use is a blender. And honestly, this is a standard Oster blender. There's nothing really different about it, although it goes on this unit, and it just sits right on top of the power center here. And there it goes. What's nice about this is you did get a pulse button. So if you were chopping something or what have you, you can use the pulse button. So that was a nice feature. So there's your blender attachment, goes right on. Then we have a juicer attachment here. I'm going to put that driver on there and see if I can. Here we go. Hang on. Bear with me. This is, again, what some of these things are. Oh, you know what? I have to take this off, don't I? Or do I? I don't know. Well, I think I do. I think I need to take this collar off, and for the life of me, I don't remember how to do that. So, sorry about that. I can't show you the juicer. But it goes on like so, and it's, you know, kind of got the reamer and turns around and does the juice. Then we've got the ice cream maker. Look at this thing. So you put the ice. This was an interesting accessory. This is something I might try to make some homemade ice cream. You basically put your ice cream ingredients in here. You put your ice, salt there, and then you put on your lid. We're going to snap it in place, and it should, there we go, fit thusly. Yeah. And it just rotates around and churns. And I don't know how long it takes to get the ice cream, but I've got the booklet. Here's the one part of it that's still in the box. So it's the Oster Kitchen Center Quick Freeze Ice Cream Maker Accessory. Now it says create delicious homemade ice cream in 10 minutes. So maybe that's going to be another episode, because I really would love to make some homemade ice cream. Okay, so that comes off. Then, this is basically a food processor that has a number of different discs that you can put on. So, here's a slicing blade. This would be a thick slice. You also had a very thin slicing blade. You had a grating blade, so you wanted to grate cheese or some other vegetable, carrots, what. And then you've got a French fry blade to make French fries. So that's sort of interesting. Whoop. Again, it fits on the top of the power base like that. You put in your, say we're gonna grate some cheese. You put that on. You lock that on, and now we're in business. You've got pretty much a food processor. So, this was quite a piece of equipment to own if you had one. And again, a lot of pieces, and I don't even have all of them. But when you think about it, if you had a juicer and a stand mixer and a food processor and a meat grinder, it would do all of those things, and it would relieve some space on the kitchen counter or in the cupboards. The other thing is though, that you have to keep track of all these pieces. I will say it's fairly simple and straightforward to use. So for that, I think they tried to make it as straightforward as possible. And like I said, they sold a lot of these, and these were this was a nice gift if you got one from somebody. So it is just one. I've done videos on mixers and blenders and juicers and stuff, but I never included this because it's sort of a multi-tool, and I just thought it would be fun to take a look at just the Oster Kitchen Center, and I thought this might be one that I could do on my own without the aid of a camera person and just using the tripod. So I hope it comes out okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me as we looked at this vintage appliance. If you're into Cavalcade of Food activities and you like what goes on here, please subscribe and hit the like button. And go to the website, cavalcadeoffood.com, and you can see more stuff there, including another YouTube channel that I do called Always Analog. You can link to the weekly radio show that I do, the Cavalcade Radio Hour, and you can connect to the online live stream if you ever want to listen to that, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So thanks so much for, again, spending a few minutes. Stay well, and we'll see you again back here at Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.